In this video, we're going to have a look at the format painter. So let's assume, for example, if you look at this particular cell compared to this one, there's a number of different formatting options that we've added to these cells. For example, this cell's got a font of Arial size 10. The original one below it here on this text is still sitting on Calibri size 11. This obviously has a different font color, different fill color. So if we wanted to apply the same formatting to this cell, it could take us quite a while because we would have to make a number of changes. But in order to actually avoid all that work, we can use the format painter. So how the format painter works is you click on the cell whose formatting you want to copy, and then on the home tab under the clipboard you click on format painter, and then you go onto the cell that you want to copy the formatting to and you click on it, and immediately it'll copy all the formatting from that original cell. It'll apply that to the new cell. I'm just going to use the Control Z to undo to show you that you could even use the format painter to copy to multiple cells. So if I have the cell selected and I click on format painter, if I then click and drag across these two, and you can see it's got this little paintbrush next to it as I'm clicking and dragging, and when I let go, it'll automatically apply that formatting to all of the cells. Now the format painter doesn't only have to apply that you copy the formatting from one cell only. I, for example, could copy this whole formats table over here and apply it to this table, even though it's not exactly the same size. So if I applied it to that point, it would be exactly the same size. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how we would do that, but I want you to note that this is actually formatted as percentages, right? Whereas this here is actually formatted as numbers. Now if we're going to copy the formatting across from this top one to the bottom one, it's going to apply a percentage formatting to these, which isn't what we actually want, but I'll show you how it works anyway. So what you do is you highlight the whole area that you want to copy, not just the single cell, but the whole area whose formatting you want to copy. So I've got it copied or selected over there. I then click on Format Painter, and then I basically just click on the first cell where I want to copy to. The moment I do that, it then applies that formatting to that same range. So you can see this was basically 3 columns by 3 rows. When I click to that top left, it applied it to the same 3 columns by 3 rows. But what it did was it applied format percentages, and let's just double click here to expand. If I expand this column, you can see it's actually applied percentages to these, which we don't really want. And the reason for that is because these were percentages here. So all we'd have to do in a case like this is we could simply highlight this range of numbers, and we could just apply the comma formatting over there and remove the decimals, and we're back to the way we got it, but the rest of the formatting has been copied. The other thing I want to show you is you can actually remove all the formatting from a cell. So let's assume we wanted to remove all the formatting from this range. So you highlight the range, and then on the home tab, if you go to the editing, if you look at the editing group, you'll see there's an option called clear. And if I click on that drop down for the clear, there is an option called clear formats. So it won't clear the contents, it will just clear the formats. So let's just click on that and I'll show you. So when I did that, you can see it cleared all of the formats and they're back to the default. So you can see these are not showing as percentages. These are showing as actual numbers. All the, the fill is gone, the bolding, everything, all the formatting has been removed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo to bring it back to the way it was. And then I want to show you that, remember, with the clear thing, you could also use, if you just use the clear on its own, it's not only going to clear the formats, it's going to clear all the contents as well. So it will effectively delete everything from this range. So just to show you how that works, if I just click on clear on its own and I say clear all, it deleted everything. So clear all deletes not only the formatting, but as well as all the actual contents in each cell. So Control Z. So just be aware that if you want to remove formatting, you click on this drop down and you select the clear formats.